So I'm watching this video while heading to work, and thinking about this as I am traveling. The nature of parenting, being not present with my own son often, because I'm so exhausted from work that I just could care less at times. It's not like I don't love my son, but there are times it's just like I just don't care to be a parent. And it's like an obligation. Sometimes I feel more an obligation than wanting to do it. And sometimes I don't want to sound critical, but there's no way to sugarcoat this. Sometimes a burden. Because I'm a single parent. I do things on my own. And it's just, there's not much time for me. As in taking care of me mentally, physically, emotionally. Because if I can't take care of myself, how the hell will I take care of someone else efficiently? And that's not being selfish all the time. It's just facts. And I have not been doing that very well. Taking care of me. And my son needs my presence. And he's been acting out a lot more because of me neglecting my parental duties. I just feel like there are times I just want to throw things in the air and say, I give up. I give up. There are times I'd rather be more at work than be at home. Does anybody else feel that way? Because I think it's just, I'm just trying to escape from the parent duties. Because I'm a worker. I am much more of a worker, and I love telling people what to do in their jobs. I also like making sure that everything is, aligned. The child, they have their own voice, they have their own mindset, and it's just sometimes draining. They have to fight with you, then actually work with you. It's like, okay, we are going to have to do things differently. And I know that my son wants attention, and he's getting negative attention right now. He's digressing into childish behaviors as if he is more back in his preschool stages in life instead of maturing. And I think it's also his environment, because I live with my folks. My mother tends to baby him instead of actually having him grow up and do the hard things in life. So that takes into a factor. So I'm trying to understand what to do in this situation. So it's just a lot to go by. It's a lot to handle. And I don't even know how to function well. Right now, I've been trying to clean everything else in my life. Actually, in my job, just to make sure everything's organized. I work in retail. And I work in retail. I have to make sure that everything is conducive to what it needs to be. But yeah, I take on more responsibilities and I don't get paid enough for it. I wish I did though. Because that would help a lot. Financial aspect. I save enough money to buy a new car. I gotta be financially more savvy. I haven't been. That's just my rant right now. I want to know what you guys think. If you guys feel the same way too. Even if you're like going through all this emotional turmoil within yourself. And how do you cope? How do you cope in this kind of situation? Because sometimes I have a mental breakdown. At times I just evade things that I know I need to take care of at home. And sometimes I just feel like I am going through this emotional roller coaster myself. And being vulnerable on camera isn't easy for me. So I like to have this picture perfect vision of how life ought to be, but it's not. So I'm in a rough spot. A really, really, really rough spot. And I feel like I just don't know how to break out of right now. I'm not trying to pity party, I'm just trying to figure out how to work through things.